Good morning. Welcome to Heart and Soul Center of Light. My name is Sonia Russell, and I'm a licensed practitioner and founding member at Heart and Soul, and I am honored to be facilitating our meditation experience this morning. This morning, we are taking the opportunity to immerse ourselves in stillness so that we may connect with the knower within in order that it be our guide during this time of change. Wherever you are, I invite you to make yourself comfortable so that you may be open to divine guidance. Know that right where you are, God is, and therefore it is safe and sacred space. So if you're willing, I invite you to gently allow your eyes to close and take this opportunity to relax and let go of all that has transpired up until this moment. Join me in taking a deep, conscious breath. Breathe in and release with a sigh. Now give thanks for your breath as you gently allow it to return to its natural rhythm. Take a moment to notice the path that your breath takes through your body. While the path our breath takes, like each of us, is unique, every breath is part of the one breath, which is breathing us all. Let your breath be an ever-present reminder of your oneness with spirit and its ever availability as a guide and source of inner peace, love, and clarity, regardless of outer circumstances. As we enter the stillness, remember to focus on your breath, and I offer this affirmation as our guide. I have been that I have been. I am that I am, and I will be what I will be simultaneously. I have been that I have been. I am that I am. And I will be what I will be simultaneously. I now invite you to return your awareness to the space that you are in. To do this, you might focus on your feet, notice and feel the support of the floor underneath. You might gently rub your palms together. Begin to expand your awareness and feel the space around you. And when you are ready, I invite you to gently allow your eyes to open. This completes our meditation experience, and so it is. Thank you for creating this safe and sacred container of love for our service. We have a wonderful opportunity during these times to spend more time being still and renewing our connection with the One. And I invite you to do so whenever and wherever possible. It has been a pleasure and an honor to facilitate this morning's meditation. Thank you. Good morning, Heart and Soul family. Welcome to our virtual Sunday service this beautiful Sunday, June 28th. My name is Sonia Russell. I am a practitioner and founding member here at Heart and Soul, and it is my great pleasure to welcome you to our service this morning. I want to make sure that you know that our theme for 2020 is Adventures in Faith, Expect a Miracle. We continue to be in our daily read by Marianne Williamson, A Year of Miracles. We invite you to be connected with us in all of the ways that we are online: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and various podcasts. You can find all of that information, of course, on our website. I invite you into giving at Heart and Soul. You can see the ways to give, including text to give, and you can sign up for our weekly recap at heartsoulcenter.org/sign up, which gives you a connection to even be further connected with us by receiving information about what's going on at Heart and Soul in your email. And I invite you today into our community affirmation. Thank you for everything. I have no complaint whatsoever. I want to remind folks that our practitioners are still doing the Year of Miracles review, which is like a book study. We get together on Monday evenings. We're through June now, and we have also decided to do all of the Mondays in July. So 6:30 p.m. is when we start. It's about 45 minutes. We invite you to sign up at the bit.ly RSCP Year of Miracles. You can also visit our website for more information. And once you sign up once, you'll get regular reminders to remind you to be with us on Mondays. We want to make sure that we lift up the fabulous Tammy Hall, who is live on Thursdays via her Facebook page from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific time. So make sure you, if you're going to spend time on a Thursday evening online, being in the presence of Tammy Hall, it is a magnificent way to do that. And I'm super excited. Virtual Summer School 2020 is upon us. A change is going to come. Change your consciousness and transform your life is the theme of this year's Summer School 2020, and it begins on July 8th and will run 7 consecutive Wednesdays beginning 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. For the first time, we are having you register, so we want to make sure that you get in there. If you want to participate in summer school, you must register. So visit heartsoulcenter.org/summer school sign up. and you'll get all the information, including the link to be able to join us. This is also available via our website, but make sure that you sign up if you want to be a part of summer school, and trust me, you want to be a part of summer school. I want to make sure that we continue to lift up Marcus Books, who's in their 60th anniversary fundraiser via GoFundMe, so make sure that you visit them there. And Kingston 11 Cuisine, which is amazing Caribbean food. We want to make sure that we are supporting them, kingston11eats.com. You can visit their website and work out some takeout or place some orders for pickup. We want to make sure that to let you know that our young people are still gathering. Our teens, ages 13 to 18, meet at 11:30 Pacific time on Sundays, and our littles are meeting at 4 p.m. on Sundays. You can send email to those respective groups to find out information about how to have access for your young people. And following our services, about 10 minutes at the conclusion of service every Sunday, we offer group prayer. And so we invite you to get in that. We'll have this information available to you again at the end of our service. We also are doing prayer on Wednesday mornings at 7 a.m. Pacific time. So make sure that you, in all cases, when you have the need, avail yourself to prayer. I want to let you know that our beloved Reverend Andriette is our speaker this morning, and Charles Peoples III is our musical inspiration, and he is accompanied by the fabulous Tammy Hall. And we want to make sure that we lift up that Charles People is CP3 empowered. We are inviting you to participate in his online event. His website is CP3 Music, that's CPIII music.com/Patreon. And you want to visit that to find out how you can support our brother Charles. And I invite you to take a moment to simply allow ourselves to be present. Our vision is how we endeavor to show up on the planet. And so we like to make sure that we take time to ground ourselves in it each week. And so we recite it together. We are a loving and compassionate, world-class teaching and empowerment ministry. Through a consciousness of universal God presence, we release all resistance, separation, and fear. We claim our personal liberation and accept the eternal availability of joy, love, and abundance. Through our intention to be love and spread joy, we engender reflections of the same and more in others. Our ministry is a gift to the world, which expands through our practice and dedication. We welcome all people, and together we make a quantifiable, positive difference on the planet. And so it is. And so now, family, I simply invite you to find your breath, allowing yourselves to be fully present to this moment. As we touch and agree and remember that God is all there is. All there ever has been and all there ever will be is God. This divine, perfect moment is steeped with the power, the infinite power of the entire universe. We are born in, through, and as this power. It is the power that brings the oceans to their shore. It is the power that beats our hearts. I know I am one with this infinite perfection. And it is true for each and every person. God is always unfolding in magnificent order. It is without exception, and it is regardless of the appearance of things. And so it is from this place of knowing that I, Sonia, speak my word on behalf of my beloved Heart and Soul Center of Light community, giving thanks in advance for our heart's desires being made manifest. Giving thanks for the realization of love and joy and peace and clarity in our lives. Knowing that the infinite is always present. Knowing that we have the experience of remembering our power, of remembering who and whose we are, of remembering that the truth is always present. And I am grateful that Heart and Soul Center of Light gives us the space, the permission, the allowance, the community that stands courageously and unapologetically knowing this truth. The truth that love will prevail. The truth that Black lives matter. The truth that the goodness of the infinite is always here. And the truth that we are one. And so I'm giving thanks for the opportunity to speak this word. I'm giving thanks for Heart and Soul Center of Light and all that it endeavors to be on the planet. I am giving thanks for all of the hearts and hands that support this ministry, our board and our practitioners, our musical inspiration, our beloved Reverend Andriette. I am grateful for this moment, for this time, for this knowing, for this trusting, and for the good sense to be grateful. And so in perfect gratitude, I simply release this word into the law. I know that it is done. I simply allow it to be now and forever. And so it is.
If you wanna be the girl in the picture, well, you gotta meet her. Hello. Open up your eyes, it's time you realize now is the time to shine. Baby, you're at home, and everybody knows you're kinda
Welcome to Heart and Soul Center of Light, where we are celebrating with Billy Porter Pride 2020. Would everybody say revolution? Yes? Revolution. It's a love revolution. There is a change afoot, and we are in it. We are responsible for it. It is all about us. Let me just, it's all about what we are willing to be and do and thus have. Y'all understand that that is the sequence. It's about being, and then out of our beingness, we do, consistent and in alignment with how we be, we do. And what we have is born out of our being and our doing. So we have right now what we have created by right of consciousness. And so, because we are going on record to say we don't want it to be like this anymore, we must first change how we be and what we do. So, look, sometimes I hear people saying that ministry and ministers should not be political. And I often think that they must not know what political means, because being political has to do with the way, or they are so privileged that they have the wherewithal to say, don't be involved in that. Just let that happen, because there are other folks who are handling it. But I need you to understand with me that every truth teaching at its core is about love. And love is a verb. So it requires that we are doing something to express our love, being love, and then doing, acting in ways that reflect the love that we are and that we have and are willing to share in ways that change policies and the way that we use resources. That's what politics is about, is how we use our resources. I don't know. I just want to go on record that the people who love, I want them to have more power and the wherewithal to make more decisions. I just need to say that. So today, very specifically, is exactly 51 years. June 28th, 1969, Stonewall. That has been accepted as the beginning. Where, now, I need you to, even as we look at this, I'm wanting you to extrapolate that this is not that unfamiliar right now for a lot more people. So although Stonewall, very specifically, we represent that as the turning point for the gay pride movement, the point at which, and I think everybody has this in their life, where they stand and say, no more. No more. We've been accepting this unwillingly. We've been trying to kind of push back. We've been trying to find our voice. We've been trying to move in the direction to stop this or minimize it. But there was a moment on June 28th, 1969, when the thing changed. And I don't know if you know, because often what happens with historical events is they become mythology. And so what we take away, just like, this is why I spent the time with us about the Emancipation Proclamation. Because if somebody really believes it was truly freeing all the slaves, it's mythology. And so likewise, there's some mythology around what happened at Stonewall. Here's what I want to tell you, is that a woman of color incited the Stonewall Revolution. Stormy DeLaverie, born in 1920, she passed in 2014, a butch lesbian, was responsible for starting the first Stonewall riot. Very specifically at 1:20 a.m., just so you know. That night, she was hit, so the police often raided Stonewall. and, just herded everybody out. This particular night, and I'm sure there were others, there was pushing and shoving and a bit of fighting back, but this particular time, the police officer hit her over the head with a billy club. And her head was bleeding even as they were trying to put her into the paddy wagon. And she brazenly, it said, this is what she has said, turned to the crowd and said, "Why don't you do something?" Now, look, I have to pause here because I want to connect the dots. We always bake in baklava here. So we just layer upon layer upon layer, or if you prefer a different metaphor, we string and pearls. Whatever you prefer, we doing that. We're connecting ideas always. So this is a George Floyd moment. I can't breathe, except hers came out. Why don't y'all do something? Are you really going to let this happen to me? And it was an awakening moment. Because the folks present, I guess, said, "No, we're not." And that's what happened. And I understand that they just turned it out for a good while. So here's what Fred Sargent of the Village Voice says. 1 year after Stonewall riots galvanized New York's fearful gay men and lesbians into fighters. See, there's always a moment, a defining moment where it is never again going to be as it was. You can never go back to how you were. So he characterizes them as fearful gay men and lesbians, now turned into fighters because they stood in response to, why don't you do something? I've come today, my talk is going to be about why don't you do something? We had no idea how it would turn out, he said. We weren't even certain we would be granted a permit. And now here we are, June 28th, 1970, with people gathered west of 6th Avenue at Waverly Place. Here's the thing that many, as an ally, it's easy to say, "Oh, we've come a long way." But do you realize that we are, and there's so many countries that still being same gender loving or trans is illegal? Here's the thing. Our president, Barack Obama, said, "Your voice can change the world." Why don't you do something? When your voice can change the world. See, there's across the continuum from speaking up to standing up to moving up. Across the continuum, there's something for everybody. This is a call out this morning. There's something for each and every one of us, and this is political. Because I am being politic in that I'm saying, as we move together in love, with an intention of changing policies so people are safe, so humanity is humane. It's just an idea. As I declare that a change is going to come. Oh, I guarantee you a change is going to come. But it's coming out of us being the change. Charles Peebles III, a change is gonna come, with Tammy Hall.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long, long time coming, and I know a change gonna come. Yes, it is. It's been too hard living but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, and I know a change will come. Yes, it is. I go to the movie, then I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me, don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, and I know a change will come. Yes, it is. Then I go to my brother, and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me down on my knees. Oh, there are times when I thought I wouldn't last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, and I know a change will come.
Charles Peebles III, thank you. You do Sam Cooke proud, let me just say. And Tammy Hall, thank you. A change is gonna come. We are in change even now, even as I speak right now. Change is literally afoot. Heart and soul is in change. I am personally in change. We all are being sheltered in place. We're in California, of course. I know many of you are elsewhere, and I'm grateful that you're here with us. What I know, and I didn't get the full details, but I know Governor Gavin Newsom is massaging the shelter in place based on, because they're looking at the numbers. So a change is going to come, but on a different front, how we are with each other. A change is going to come. And look at here. With still in our celebration of gay pride,